We have new information this afternoon about the 5 Marines who were on board a military aircraft when it crashed near Glamis yesterday afternoon. Good afternoon. I'm Kirsten Holmes. Heather Myers has the day off.
I'm Carlo Cicchetto. The military confirms all 5 Marines are dead. This afternoon, we talked to relatives of one of the Marines killed in the crash. CBS 8's Kelly Hessedal joins us live from our newsroom with what she's learned today. Kelly, that had to be an emotional conversation.
Oh, absolutely. Carlo and Kirsten, I spoke to the uncle and cousin of 21-year-old Corporal Nathan Carlson over the phone. They live in Illinois. That's also where he's from. And they tell me their family is in disbelief right now. His cousin says all Nathan ever wanted to do was follow in his dad's footsteps and become a Marine.
Back when camping, when 8 years old per se, wearing a Marine t-shirt and a hat, and he's got his BB gun and going after squirrels and rabbits, acting like he was already in the Marines and doing drills like he was in basic. And we're talking 8, 9 years old he was doing this. And so I'm sure probably one of his first words was Marine. Like that's how much he was all about the Marines. He wanted to follow in his dad's footsteps.
And sadly, Corporal Carlson was on board this MV-22B Osprey when it crashed near Glamis yesterday afternoon. He and 4 other Marines died. His family tells me he was a combat veteran, that he was a crew chief who loved aviation. He enlisted in 2019, just days after graduating high school. He loved being a Marine. He was also a newlywed. He just got married 6 months ago, right after Christmas, to his high school sweetheart. He had 2 sisters and a mom and dad who I can just imagine are absolutely heartbroken. Right now, his relatives say Carlson loved the outdoors, loved camping and boating and going to the racetrack with friends. He loved swimming. He was the captain of his high school swim team. His cousin says he had an energy about him. When he would walk into a room, the vibe would just change, and he says he's really going to miss that. His family also told me this.
Very kind personality, always wanted to bring people up, willing to help anyone.
It could be a complete stranger walking up to him, and he'll help you out any way possible. He'll be just the most big-hearted, loving soul.
And his family tells me Carlson really enjoyed living in San Diego. He talked about going to the mountains and the desert. He was just soaking up every minute of being here. They say they still can't believe he's gone, but they also add that they are just so proud of him. Kirsten and Carlo.
Kelly, you mentioned he came from a Marine family. He loved being a Marine, had dreamed about being a Marine. Was he planning on having a long career in the Marines?
Well, he was on the cusp of making that decision, according to his uncle. He was thinking about re-enlisting, but he's also thinking about possibly going into the private sector. I mean, he had just gotten married. His family does say that, you know, he really wasn't someone who talked or thought lots about the future. He was more somebody who just lived in the moment and really enjoyed every minute of life.
Kelly Hessedal reporting. Thank you so much, Kelly, for that report.